Hey, 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 everyone, family and friends. I'm doing my thing again, just chilling out on the porch, enjoying this beautiful weather and this peace and serenity. So, I'm coming to you today, day 7 of my birthday month, with another word to encourage you as it's encouraged me. Words of wisdom, words of encouragement, and famous quotes. So today our quote is, don't ever give anyone your remote. You know, that little remote control that we use to change the channels on the TV, um, or even the remote that we use to change the volume on a speaker. Um, just that remote. Don't ever give anyone your remote. So what are you saying, Susan? I'm so glad you asked. Okay, with the remote control in your hand, you can control the channels, you can control the volume, you can control what you watch, you can control whether the TV's on or off or whatever you're trying to control with that remote. You have the power to change what you're watching, what you're listening to, your environment with that remote. So, if you give the remote to someone else, now they have the power to change the channels, to watch, um, to force you to watch what they want to watch, or listen to what they want to listen to. Hey, Sissy, Lola. So they now have the power. So, what does that mean spiritually, Susan? I'm so glad you asked. You remember Flip Wilson? Some of you maybe remember him, and some of you won't. Those that are 40 and older will remember, and those that are younger probably won't remember. But there was a TV show. It's called The Flip Wilson Show. And one of his skits was to dress up as a woman and say things um, to people that was kind of off the wall. And then he would say, "Oop, the devil made me do it. The devil made me do it." That was his famous saying. So, but really, he wanted to do it, really and truly. But anyway, so I digress. Okay. So I use him as an example because we say a lot of times that some of our reactions is because of someone's action. So we're saying, yeah, you remember? So we say, well, I wouldn't have cursed her out if she didn't hit me, or I wouldn't have um, made a finger gesture if he hadn't cut me off, or I wouldn't have yelled and screamed if he hadn't been in my face. So you're saying that your reaction to something is because of someone's action. So when you react because of someone's action, you are giving them your remote control. Yeah, her name is Geraldine. That's right. When you react based on how someone's action is toward you or toward someone else, they now have the remote control. So you're giving them the power to cause you to respond in not a very positive way, not a very Christ-like way. You've handed them the remote control. Now, no one can make you do anything or force you to do anything you don't want to do. But when you respond based on their actions, you're giving them that power. You're giving them that remote. You're giving them the power to handle you, to set your mood. And then later, once you've done what you or said what you should not have, you do the blame game. You blame the other person. That's giving them the remote. So I remind you again, don't ever give anyone your remote. As long as you are in your right mind and keeping your eyes on Christ and staying focused on Him, you hold the remote. But when you take your eyes off of Him and you begin to respond, and your actions are based on your reactions are based on someone else's actions, you're giving them the power. No. God has power all in His hands. So That's the only person you should allow to move you, to encourage you, to lift you up, to speak through you in a positive way and represent him. Stop giving people your remote control. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I can't say it enough. That's one of the things that's really helped me. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to go there with you. I'm not going there with you. Somebody says something or does something. I'm like, when people cut me off, I'm like, I start praying for them. I say, Lord, just help them to get wherever they're getting to safely. I pray for them. I don't cuss them out. I don't honk the horn. I don't get up, And I may question it. Like, what did he just do? Ooh, did you just see that? Oh, well, Lord, please help him get where he going to safely. But I don't get all flustered and honk the horn and then start speeding up trying to check him, trying to catch him. I remember one time, back in the day, before I knew better, a truck had cut me off. And no, the truck was behind me. I was in the middle lane. And he was behind me, but he was like on my tail. And I'm looking in the mirror like, please, Lord, don't let him hit me. And it was storming, raining that night, pouring. I was on my way to Charlotte. I'll never forget. And he was on my tail, an 18-wheeler. So what I did, I said, you know what, let me just get over. So I got over. Because keep in mind, I wasn't in the fast lane. I was in the second lane. There's a fast lane, second lane, and slow lane. I was in the second. He was behind me, like, trying to force me to go faster. He had open opportunity to get on, to the left and pass me. He didn't. He stayed on my tail. So I got over to the right lane, and I started driving. Well, he pursued passing me by. And right when he almost was passing me by, I seen his tail start to come in my lane, but it was like right next to me. Like literally he was trying to run me off the road. And so I always, I'll watch TV shows where people do that, and I'm like, why don't they just hit the brakes, rather than letting the people run them off the road? So immediately that kicked in. So I hit my brakes to slow down so that he can speed on past me. But he literally was coming over into the right lane to knock me off the road. Did I get upset? Did I cuss him out? I didn't cuss him out. But I did get a little disturbed, and so I started speeding up to try to catch him because I wanted to take a picture or write down his license plate and his information so I could report him. But then my car, the wind began to rock and roll my car, and I was like, what am I doing? And I slowed down, and I was like, you know what, it's not even worth it. Thank God he made me aware enough and cautious as a driver to be able to not get ran off the road and end up in a ditch or in some trees or flipped over, whatever the case could have been. It wasn't worth it. So I almost, had something that could have been fatal because of someone's actions. I was reacting. So I learned a lesson from that. I had to take my remote back. So I say to you, don't ever give anyone your remote. If you react because of someone's actions, you're giving them the power to move you in a way you don't need to be moved. No, let your power come through Christ Jesus, not through knuckleheads, okay? Wow, I went a little long today because I just really wanted you to understand what I meant and what I was saying. But this is something that I've applied to my life, and it's helped me, to just have a more peaceful life. And if you notice, all my quotes all allow me to have a more peaceful life, and I'm so grateful that God has brought me this far. And it's because of these quotes that he has brought me far. So I have, 23 more quotes to give you before the end of the month. Yep, so stay tuned. And don't forget, tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Western, I will be on teaching Bible lesson about the woman that handled her business. Her name is Lydia. So please tune in and join me as we study the Word based on women in the Bible. I love you all. Have a great and awesome day. Thank you, Lola. Love you. Bye for now.